Hi guys, it's Shell and Clint.
Hello, everybody.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Clint's really not feeling good. It's still Tuesday. No, it's Wednesday.
yeah.
Sorry. And we're going to go ahead and make Friday's video because we expect Thursday to be really, really busy. And, I mean, it's kind of late. It's almost 6, but that's okay. I think I'd rather do it now and then when we, you know, get home from such a long day or whatever. But anyways, he's really hurting. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a hidden spine on this cover. So you guys wish me luck. I have it in my head, so we'll see how it works out. Anyways, what we did is, and I'm not too worried about like measuring or anything, but Clint did a you know, he did the corners when he sewed on the back, and so that's going to give me exactly what my my points are. What color? Oh, you have black. Good.
Yeah, I found it.
So oh, good.
Did you
Okay.
tell me what I was doing?
No, not yet. Chill.
Okay, well, that's fine. I understand. Chill.
Chill, honey. Anyways, I'm going to figure out a couple of things, and then I'm going to send Clint on his way with this.
Boy, that sounds really nice, doesn't it? Sounds like she's getting rid of me.
I'm not, though. Couldn't do that to you. So I marked the center, and then I'm going to go 1.5 inches from that center line on both sides. No, that wouldn't be work. 1.25 inches. Okay. 1.25 inches because when he made the cover, I had him make it at 13.5. And so that's going to give me 2.5 inch spine. So, and then I'm going to go on the other side and do 1.25 inches as well. And I can see through this, so I'm able to line it up with the right thingamajiggy.
That's like my favorite ruler now.
Yeah, Clint
like
loves
that
this
one.
ruler.
I bought a big one.
And then I'm going to double check that it's about 3.5. That's fine. It's a little bit bigger, I think, but that's okay because I can always cut down, you know, my cardboard piece. But now what I'm going to do is we're going to be working with this huge piece right here. But Clint is going to put some fusible web on the two sides. So I need to mark this for him, right?
Got it. Question.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be easier if I just put it right there?
Yeah, it would.
'Cause I don't really, I mean, well, for one thing, I'm going to have that crap all over my fabric. I have a
Yeah, that would be much
section
easier.
I won't have.
Then I don't have to think too hard. See, you know how it is. It's just like...
So, let me have my scissors, because I got to have them.
Okay, take your scissors. Okay, now I have a really sturdy piece of cardboard. I got this from a yard sale. Anyways, what I'm going to do, you can use like any kind of cardboard that is really sturdy. I felt like I needed, since it's a soft cover, I needed a really big, heavy piece of cardboard. I'm going to go just under 2.5. So 1, 2.5. Not that I need to mark it, but I'm going to. And then I always use one of his carving knives just because he has some that he's not that fond of. And they work really nice for this. And I'm just going to score 2.5 by just over 8.5. Because it is 2.5 by 9. So...
And you want it even with the edges, right, dear?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Definitely on the edges because I need to iron it down.
That's what I thought.
See, I knew I kept him around for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
But I really wasn't sure how long this would take. And tomorrow, like I said, we're going to, or on Thursday for us, but Friday for you guys, it will be, no, vice versa. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and a half. So anyways, I just wanted to make sure I have plenty of time to kind of fill through, you know, what we're doing. So I'm just going a little bit under what I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. But let's do like 8 1/4.
It's not perfect, honey. I'll have to use the cutting mat to make sure I get everything.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm just having Clint put that fusible web on one piece. Make sure I don't cut my finger off. Okay. These are really, really sharp.
Yeah, that's a Mike Shipley knife.
It's a Mike Shipley carving knife, but it works really nice for those.
Well, and you can keep it sharp. You don't have to worry about like a razor blade or X-Acto. You don't have to replace the blade. It's just...
Exactly. So now I am going to, and see, it's a pretty good sturdy cardboard, and I think that's going to wrap around, that cover will wrap around nicely. So now what I'm going to do is go and get my kit, and my kit is my binding kit. So I'm going to grab that real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so if you guys haven't seen binding before, what I do is I keep a big phone book, and then I keep all my templates in here because sometimes you're lucky and you'll have one that matches up. I'm not gonna...
Sometimes you feel like a nut and sometimes you don't.
So this one's 7.5 by 2 inches. I'm gonna check that one out. It's probably not gonna work. But I have my awl in here. I have my wax thread that I like to use, and my 3 binder clips.
Where did you get that thread, by the way?
I got that thread from Amazon, and I will put a link below because I'm sure Clint will remind me. So now I'm just kind of thinking. Not sure this one will work or not, but sometimes I can use, you know, the same one, but it's not even straight. So we're gonna make our own. I just throw it in there. I just use my templates if I can use them again. That's a good thing, but it doesn't always work.
Thing. So when you're getting ready to do that, then tell me and I'll turn it back on.
Ooh, this one might work though. Yeah, let's go with this one. So what I do is I go about 1 inch from the top, 1 inch from the bottom, using Clint's pencil even though. And then I try to find the center, mark the top, and then I, you know, line up the sides, and I put lines on everything. And then I use a little tiny hole punch and I punch holes, because that's what I need. Is I just need my holes and I need them lined up together. And be sure and put top, because no matter how hard you try, it will never end up the same way.
Here you go, beautiful. All done.
That's a good thing. Thank you, baby doll.
So I'm gonna sit down.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it. So what we're gonna do is this will go here,
I don't know.
and this is going to fold over like this. At least this is my thought. And this is going to go over like this. And so it's going to be harder, and I'll probably end up putting a tie or something. I haven't figured that part out. But then this is what our book is going to look like. Isn't that awesome? So we'll have to kind of mess with it and see what we think. So that was more simple than I thought it was, because I was thinking he was going to have to use the fabric and all that good stuff. But here's the fabric that he nicely ironed, and I just crunched up. But that's okay.
See how you are?
I know, you'll have to iron it again in a minute. Does it matter which is the front and which is the back on this
You
one?
know, there's a shade difference. I don't think it was I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Yeah, see, look right there how...
This is the back, isn't it?
This is the bottom, yeah.
Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. So what I'm going to do is just kind of half it. Just kind of put a crease in it. I don't really know how easy this is going to be.
Well, what do you mean?
And then I'm just going to glue this down. Oh, nothing. I'm just making sure that I have it, you know, the right way. Oops.
need that, don't you?
No. Yeah. No, yeah. Man, I can't see anything. I think it's dark out or something. It's starting to get dark. Okay, let me do this a different way. I can't see where I folded it.
Too cloudy.
Yeah, it was pretty warm today, but on Wednesday, and Clint said that it's really supposed to be the last one for a while, the last warmth.
Yeah, it's supposed to start cooling off.
So I hope so. Okay, so what I did is I lined up my seam, or my fold, pretty well with my line on my cutting board. And then I am just going to use that so I can see better. And just scooch this over about 1.5. No, 1.25.
Quarter.
Almost messed up there. Nobody caught me. Were you guys yelling at me?
I would have said something.
Okay, so that's about 1.25. So I'm going to try to set this about 1.25 from the edge, or you know. Okay, so we're gonna go with this, I think. One, scooch over just a little bit more. Anyways, I did have him do it extra long. It's not, you know, like hugely extra long, but it is quite a bit. And this is the top, isn't it? No, it's not. It's the bottom. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just thinking. Let me just double check, make sure I'm going to have enough room, because he didn't make like tons of extra space for me, but I want to make sure that it's the same on both sides before I start gluing. That is about right. Okay. So I'm going to just try to make sure I get that kind of in the center. And I'm just going to put some glue. Let's see. Let me see. Hold on. I got an idea. Okay, there's my fold. And I need to move it over 1 inch. Okay, 1 1.25 inches. So, Michelle, you're going to make a big mess, aren't you?
You need help, baby doll.
I got it, I think.
Sure?
No. Not really, but... Okay, there's my fold.
Yep, get those pickles.
Okay, there's my fold right there. So I need 1.25 inches on this side. So let's see. Right here. Sorry, I'm probably making it a lot, you know,
More harder than it really is.
harder than it really is, I think, maybe. Okay, there's 1 inch. I need to move over 1/4. So that line needs to go there. But I want to make sure I get it right, because this is crucial.
Well, I spent a lot of time on that thing.
See, I already have my glue and it's already dry. That's okay. Okay, so Michelle, you know what you need to do? You need to draw a line.
You need different color lead.
No, it's black. I think it'll be fine. Sorry, I don't know why it's being so difficult for me today. Okay, so 1/4 there. Okay, let's do that. Duh. Sometimes, you know, it just doesn't come to you right away. Huh?
Pumpkin pancakes.
Ooh, doesn't that sound good? Okay, and then I guess if I line it up there, it should be fine here, right? Right. Okay. I tell you guys. So, you know, I always use art glitter glue. I'm going to try to open it.
Remember, I asked her if she wanted help.
Can you
Oh,
open that
seriously?
for me?
I doubt it, honey.
Well, that's okay. I can just squeeze it out.
Well, it's going out. So.
Okay. Clint got glue all over himself. Okay, so I'm just going to squeeze it. Usually I take the lid off, but I haven't. Yeah, I haven't done it for a while. Is what he was saying. So I hope you guys are finding this easier than what I am. Sorry, Nora. Nora's the one, she's making a bunch of journals and stuff, and she said, can you show me how to do the hidden spine in this type of journal? And I've never seen it done. I haven't looked it up or anything. I just thought, oh, you know, just kind of figured it out on my own. So I don't know if anyone else has ever done that as far as doing the hidden spine on, you know, a soft cover. But, you know, somebody's got to try it. May as well be me. Okay. And now I am going to line it up, duh, Michelle, with my line. I'm going to do a quick check, because if I don't, then I'll have an issue here with, you know, make sure everything's going to line up right and I have enough fabric. So that looks good.
Yeah.
Yay me.
Thank God, I was getting worried.
I was too. You can kind of see the line right there, but I think mainly it's where the cardboard is.
Yeah, that's what it is. That is beautiful fabric. May
Isn't
have
that
to
pretty
get a little
fabric?
bit more of
Where
that.
did we get this?
Durango.
Oh, we got it at Stitch.
Yeah. Got Stitch.
Stitch is our sewing place that we like to go to in Durango, and it is stitchonline.com. Okay.
They're so sweet there.
You guys got that part? You know what I didn't do is mark my top. So let's make sure
Not now, Butterball.
that I'm on the top. Yeah. Top. And you can write all over this. This part will end up being flat inside the book. So, okay guys, wish me luck. So now I am going to punch holes. So I'm going to bring my sewing, or my
ball and
this
your
thing,
phone book.
over.
Got you covered, baby.
Thank you, baby. And we're going to punch holes through. Typically when I'm making my template, I will do like an inch or an inch and a half from the top and from the bottom. I think I already mentioned that. And then I go and try to, you know, hit the center. And I just do the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. This is pretty sturdy cardboard, but like I said, I really wanted something, you know, sturdy because of the soft cover. I just felt like that was something I needed. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay. Okay, so that part's done. That was pretty simple, right?
Sure was, honey bunny.
But then we're going to flip it over because we want our signatures to go in, you know, where the fabric is covering. Sorry, I can't see very well. So, again, you always want to go through your signatures. Just make sure they're lined up. You know, this is a really nice time to, you know, do this when no one's talking to you or anything like that. I'm going to fold that over just in case it gets caught up in my binding. That has been known to happen, though. I think I might have done that once. But if it's long, it can kind of wrap around. And then I'm just making sure everything's right side up. And we are going to, you know, kind of make sure everything's positioned the way I want it to be. I love that photo. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, and now I'm just going to flip it. And I have the big binder clips. I'm going to go ahead and clip it over that. Actually, I'm going to my luck, I'd probably put my needle through it, and but everything's the same right way, so that's a good thing. And then you do one at the top, one at the bottom on the opposite corner. And it kind of makes a really good, you know, fit that way. Sometimes it's not. So I do just kind of just maneuver it into the right side. And this takes practice. The first time I wanted to cry because I had like 6 signatures to sew in, and so that's why I only do 2 or 3 typically. Okay, so I'm going to see if my eyes will let me do this. For some reason my eyes are really bothering me. I think I might toss these contacts.
That's a good idea.
Put in some more. So you want to take your template, and the reason I do a template with the lines going sideways is so I can just kind of put it in here and mark it. I'm not sure that pen is going to work. Let me grab like a darker pen so I can see what I'm doing. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I just kind of have like a felt tip marker, and again I am just going to go in there, and sometimes if you just, you know, do a little dot just so you can see where what you're doing. I don't even know if I can see that one or not. Let's see. One here, and then one here. Okay, we're gonna aim for this. I think I can see them, so that's a good thing. And then I like to have my phone book thicker on one side and thinner on the other side. Geez, I can't see that. Okay, I can see that one. I just can't see the top one. There it is.
All the way up to it?
I think it is. Here it is. Okay. And then you want to... Oh, that's nice.
Would that help, baby
Yeah,
girl?
that helps a lot.
Okay.
Okay, so in the... You want to kind of hold it like a V. And that way you'll get like a straight hole. Otherwise your hole might come out of the edge of the paper, like sideways instead of, you know, in the V. Make sure it goes all the way through. So hold it in the V, go straight through, and then one more. It's pretty simple once you've done 100 of these. Okay. So then I double check, make sure I have my holes and they're all lined up well. See, they're really straight. Sometimes I have had them come like ½ an inch over if you don't do the V. So you want to make sure that's really straight. So now is the easy part, I think, is you take your twine. This is the best stuff I've found. I have used something else in the past, but it's stretched. And this is like a thick dental floss kind of. So you do 3 lengths. And I like to use a dull needle, one that doesn't have a large point on it, because the point sometimes will stick in your paper and maybe make your hole where you don't want it. And then we're going to sew this to our cover. Now this is my first one. I want to make sure it goes first, so I'm going to just make sure, you know, when I put it in that I'm putting it on the right side. That's another mistake I've made. So we're going to go in the center. This is just how I like to do it. There's a lot of ways for people to do it. Thread it through and hold on to the edge. And I like to go to the bottom. It's a little fiddly because I do have that extra fabric. But I think we're going to make it okay. We'll see. I hope. Anyways, that's my goal. My goal in life. Okay, so see, I almost lost that. Pull it up through the bottom. Go back in the center. Make sure nothing's tangled up. to the top. But this is my favorite. I mean, some people use 6 holes, some people do 5. Just depends on whatever you want and whatever you're comfortable with, you know, once you get into making journals. So I'm going to straighten everything out, make sure nothing's folded the way I don't want it. And you're just going to give it a tug. And this is really good. It's not going to stretch. I've never had it break on me, so that's a good thing. And then your piece over here, you're going to go under that. This is the way Miss Gayle does it too, and I really like it. And then you're just going to give it a, you know, a pretty good tug. I like to double check that, you know, I don't have a lot of space down here, that it's really good and tight. Give it another little tug and do like a square knot or whatever. And I always usually leave the strings until I know what I'm going to do with them. But that's pretty simple. So we have one in there and it's going the right way. Everything's nice and tight. Cool. Okay, so we're just going to do the same thing with the second one. So I'm going to go through, make sure everything's right side up. Because if I don't go through every single page, it'll turn out that one of them's upside down. And I mean, you can cut it, you know, immediately. But once they are glued in, you can't, the only thing you could do is cover them up. But, and if you made like a big mess, you could just tear that one page out. You know, if it was just like one and you weren't too worried about it, you could do that. So, just making sure everything is right set up. And, you know, I have been known to just go through one side of my journal. Actually, I lucked out last time when I was doing the vintage lady journals. I lucked out because for some reason I went all the way through and I could tell on one side, like towards the back, that the page was upside down, but I couldn't tell that on the right side. So I got lucky because I was just happened to go through the whole thing. But, you know, your writing's right side up. If you have smaller pages, you know, you can kind of rearrange them and stuff. This one doesn't have a lot of smaller pages, which is fine. But, like, this one has the, you know, the, what's that called? Bag. And then just kind of hold it tight. Position everything the way you want it. And then clip it. Sometimes I use 4 binder clips, but back a while ago, Clint needed a binder clip, and he stole one.
Took it back, babe.
No, because I only have 3.
Well,
so I think you still. I think you still have it.
I don't either.
I think you might.
What?
He does have it.
Prove it. I'll find it. But you don't find it.
I was going to say, how am I supposed to find it with cats? If I lost it, they probably picked it up and were playing with it.
You do that, would you, Ford?
And a heart? He might not, but Sister would.
Yeah, she would.
Sister loves the clinking. And then I want to make sure that I'm looking at the top. There it is. I was thinking, you know, that could be kind of distracting there. Okay. Use our template, and we put top. Just make sure it's lined up correctly. Find my pen. I have a lot of stuff over here. Where's my pen at? No?
I don't have that either, dear.
You don't? Are you sure?
No, I'm sure.
Okay.
Move that all or it's going to fall on the floor and someone's going to get scared. And I'm going to get scared.
Okay.
Too good.
Oh, good grief, guys. Where did I put that? There it is. I just couldn't see it. Okay. You guys are probably yelling at me. Michelle, it's right under that thing. Okay, I'm going to just put a little dot. A little dot is fine, and, you know, I try not to do like a big dot just because I don't want like a big black circle or anything, but it doesn't bother me too much if I can see it. But for the most part, make sure I can see it to punch a hole. For the most part, I don't do anything that large. And then I'm just going to hold it again at a V. Punch my hole. I think I went through all the way. I'm making a mess, I think. I didn't go through. There we go. And then this one. And they're all 3 through. One here, and one here. And see how perfectly they are on the spine. That's why you need to do the V thing. Trust me. I tell you, you live and learn. I think we all have the same mistakes when we start.
Sure.
You're like, oh no, they make it look so easy. And it really is easy, but we've also had practice. So 3 lengths of thread. Oh, I was fixing to say I lost my needle too, but it's right here. Cool. Select out. 3 lengths of thread. And then again, we're going to start in the center and go to the bottom. Whoa. That's fine. Center. Make sure this one's going the right way. Okay. Make sure my book is, I guess. Okay. I guess it would have been, but still. Doesn't hurt to double check and triple check and all that. Like I said, if I don't check, then that's when I'll have issues. And then if you're not sure, you want to do another check, then before you glue it in, you could do another check. Okay, I know there's a hole. I think it's either just dark or something, I don't know. See what I mean? It's not always simple. I did. I'm gonna just go through so I can see it. I think it kind of closed up on itself. There we go. Okay, and then we go back through the center. Sometimes, like if you're using braided thread or something, when you go through the center, it might go through the thread. So you want to make sure that it doesn't, because then it makes it kind of hard to tie it in.
That almost creates a lock.
Yeah, it kind of locks it. And it's annoying. Like I said, I used to use a different thread, but I've never really had any issues with this, though it has happened. Okay, and then got your 3, go underneath that one, and then I can take my needle off, pull it taut, double check, because I want everything, and plus, since I have that extra material and stuff, I want to make sure, you know, everything's laying the way I want it to. Double it up, kind of pull, make sure everything looks nice. And then tie a knot. If you wanted to, you guys remember the vintage ladies. I'm going to trim this one just a little. The vintage lady journals. I put lace, you know, in the spine. I would have added the lace, you know, on the cardboard before I added my signatures. Just, I mean, you can do whatever you want. You just be as creative as you want to be. So I'm going to take these off and put everything up. What I do is I just stick my needle in my thread. I put everything up pretty quickly because we do have cats.
But if you don't and you lose something, just blame your husband.
I was going to say that.
Betty.
Where's my other clip? There it is. Yeah, if you don't, you lose something, just blame somebody else. But he really did have it because he...
I had it a long time ago and you took it.
I didn't take it.
Yes, you did. You had to use it.
I took one of them because you took four. You took two of them.
I only had one. It was just to hold up my electric cord for my heating pad.
I think you had one over there and one over there.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm
Where'd
thinking.
they go here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Clint's tired. Can you tell? He's ornery. He's always like that.
Thinking of like that every freaking day. Are you kidding me? That's just the way I am, huh, Beauty Bar?
Okay, guys, so if all works out well, this will go here, and these will fold in like this, and then we'll iron it. So, wish me luck, because here we go. I think I might want to try to take this thing off. So let me go grab some pliers. Try to get my lid off. That way I make sure I have plenty of glue on here. So let me go do that and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. Clint got some pliers and was able to pull this off for me. So that's good because it's really empty and I need to refill it. So now what I'm going to do is take a deep breath. When it goes in the book, it's going this way. So I'm going to pour some art glitter glue on it. I just think this is easier, and this is how I've done some of my books in the past. Just pour the art glitter glue and use my finger.
Most of them, really.
Yeah, I've done tons of ones, and if I really want the spine to be really thick, you know, you can use, you know, some of those other glues. I forget what they're called, fiber tack or whatever. I've never used it, so. But I just feel better knowing that there's a thick pile of glue.
Well, and that was such a amazing. I just didn't want her cutting up.
Yeah, but we didn't want to put holes through
that piece.
That really pretty pieced one. So now what I'm going to do is make sure everything's good. Is that right side up?
Yeah, that's right.
And then we are just going to fit it in the line. You have a few seconds, you don't have long, to kind of make sure it's all lined up correctly. Go on both sides. Let me pull it off and put it back just a little closer to this side. It's already getting tacky.
Boy, it don't take long for that crap to get dry, does it?
It doesn't either. I always call it super glue for paper.
Boy, that's the God's honest truth there.
Okay, and that looks pretty good. And now I am just going to go in and just make sure that it's well pressed in there. Yeah. Just go through, you know, everything. And make sure it's well pressed. Make sure everything closes the way it should. Look at that. I almost have a book. Isn't that fun? So I'm going to let that dry for just a minute. I'm going to clean off this glue off my hand. I'm going to let that set up. And then I'll show you what we're going to do to finish this. And
boy, howdy.
Is that close? I
Very
tried to make sure
close.
it was, yeah, but it's fine.
Okay. So
It'll be fine, and we might be able to pull it and stuff. We'll see.
Yeah.
but I think it's going to look really nice. So let me go clean up a little bit and let this sit because I don't want it to shift when we're doing our next step. And I'll be right back. Okay, it's been a few minutes. I just went in and washed my hands. Clint was holding this for me. Make sure everything's well pressed down. But like I said, that glue doesn't take that long. But if you're worried about that, you know, just let it set for a little while. And if you remember at the first, Clint put this fusible web on here. So I'm just going to pull these off. And then we're going to take it over to another area real quick. And we're just going to iron this fabric down. So,
Boy, that's cute.
This is my idea. And hopefully, I mean, I think it's going to work.
It'll work. That stuff's pretty dang tough.
It's pretty tough. And I think the glue, you know, is really good and stuff too. So, I think it'll be fine. So, we're going to go iron this and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so what we did is I held like this side up and let Clint iron, and you can kind of see where my cardboard piece is, and it stuck down really nice. We got all the edges. Like I said, I had him cut it just a little bit longer all the way around, and you know, it's going to look like this. Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
I really hate to see this one go. I truly love
You know
this
you can
one.
keep it.
No. I want someone to enjoy it. I put, you know.
Well, my niece once told me, it was so funny, but it was during Thanksgiving, and I remember it was a few years ago, and she said, she was like, she wasn't that old, 12 or something, and she said she wanted to take some rolls home, because I make homemade rolls. I'm going to turn around it. And she said, take them all. She has a recipe, she can make more. And you know what? That's the way I look at journals.
That's the truth.
Is, you know, if I really want to create one, I mean, I do step by step for the most part on video. I can make my own later. Yeah. But, you know, I do like to, you know, I like to sell my journals. I think it makes people happy, and, you know, it makes me happy that people love them so much. And that's why I don't mind selling them.
I just love
Once
this.
in a while, there is one I'll fall in love with.
Yeah.
I fell in love with one or two of the vintage ladies because I just loved how they looked. But I just put them in my shop because I can always make more.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, I was looking at my journals. I have a lot of my own journals. When I was looking for cardboard and stuff earlier, I was like, dang, I forgot about that journal. Oops, forgot about that one. Oops, forgot about...
I just love this. I don't mean to keep saying that. I think I can't believe how well it turned out.
Isn't it gorgeous? It really
just flows so well.
So that might be a little hard. We'll see how hard it is to trim it. But I'm trying to trim it not too super close because we do have that white in it. But it doesn't really bother me too much.
No, and you can always color it with marker.
You know, yeah, I could color it, but I don't want it to bleed into the fabric either. So
No.
I don't know.
And you can always take this and pull this off up a little bit, and then fold the fabric under the top fabric. But you know, it's just.
I mean, you know, it's trial and error for one, because we haven't really.
Preference, I guess, too.
Yeah, you know, so you know. That's why we do YouTube, so we can learn from each other and, you know, things like that.
Yeah,
And that just a little closer. No, not too bad. I don't want it to be perfect.
Right.
I want it to, you know, maybe kind of fray over the
Oh, I just love that red
edges
fabric.
and stuff. But I think that fusible web's going to work just fine.
It will.
So
That'll be fine.
this one doesn't have a lot. We kind of cut it close. I would have had, you know, next time I would have him make it a little bit longer on the edge, on the length, width, whatever it is. One on both sides.
Yeah, it's easy. A little bit more all the way around.
Yeah, just
That's
to
the
make
easiest.
sure, you know, I don't mess up. I'd rather waste a bit of fabric and still have it really good.
I can't get over this.
Isn't it gorgeous? It really is so nice.
People say it was just absolutely stunning cover.
It is. It's a beautiful
I
color.
can't believe I did that.
No, Marilyn, he doesn't have a big head, is what he's thinking.
No, I guess I just, yeah.
He's proud of himself.
I guess
and,
I am.
I think that's.
And
I'm proud of myself when I do something, like a. Because we did this together, I'm like, hey, do this.
And we do it together, and I think that's what makes them so special. Is because we each do our thing.
Yeah, because you guys who have been around a while know that
I don't.
Clint does the fabric and I do the paper, and that's pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, I'll do
the way
those
things
spray
are.
things, but that's as far as I go. I don't care doing.
Exactly.
I really don't.
So let's see. I'm just looking to see if I need to. I think that's fine though.
I think you're fine.
If I need to put some more glue, I can later. Like right there, I think it's just a little bit long.
I think that's it. I don't think it's necessarily coming up.
No, it's not coming up or anything, but And, if you didn't want to use fusible web, you probably could use glue. We have fusible web, so I thought, well.
It's just easier, and it is extremely, it's a durable way of doing things.
Exactly. A lot of people back in the day used to do.
Application.
You would use, do a bunch on. So there is the back spine. Here is the front, and I still need to figure out a tie for it because I think this one's going to need a tie just because, it's not a formed book. So I think it will need a tie. So I haven't really, given that a whole lot of thought. I've had a couple of ideas, but I don't know. I have to think about it. But
we need to show that to Tony.
What do you guys think? Isn't that gorgeous? So I guess we're going to call this one done. I'm not sure how long I've been on video, but, for the most part, I don't pay any attention anymore.
No.
It just is what it is. But, again, it is Wednesday night, and I think we're going to call it a night.
Yeah, it's bedtime.
Be sure and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let me know if you guys try this. I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous, and it's fun because it's got a hard spine, but, it's real flexible. And it really wasn't that hard.
No.
It may have looked like it, but it really wasn't.
It wasn't. No, not at all. It took me a while to piece it, but I've never pieced. I do piece. That's one of my favorites, but I've never pieced the maple leaf. So, it was kind of fun, and Clint isn't really big. He hasn't completed a big quilt or anything. But small projects, it brings his love of quilting into the project. Yeah.
And he can do what he loves without trying to do a huge project.
Yeah.
So, that's why I love paper crafting, because, I can kind of knock them out and do what I love without spending a year on it.
Yeah, hours and hours and hours.
Exactly. So anyways, we are going to call it good. I always tell Clint, don't jabber after you tell him goodbye.
And guess what she's doing? She's jabbering.
So let me know what you think. Let me know if you give this a try. Come join us over on Facebook at The Rambling Crafters with an S, because anyone's there, has to be a rambler. And hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Hit the little bell. We post videos often. And we will see you guys in the next video. See you soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.